son was born to Alex named Alex. It's too bad that I already took your lands. I will seize your gold, though. Thank you. And we'll build up the militia training ground in Kali. Let's check for your invasion here. Magella requires a focus. Magella will be focusing on learning. I don't see any, don't see Japanese landfall yet. Somebody's invading my territory. Or raiding it at least. This guy right here. 169 troops this guy wants to bring into my territory. San Francisco was seized? Was it? I don't see it being seized. No, not seized. Still under King Francis. Okay. So 17 years old now. We've got Akari as a son. Still have our wife here who is not a fan of us right now. She's educating Akari, which is good. After giving my advice on a small, delicate matter, the courtier asked me to accept a small gift of gold as thanks for my help. Greedy. Adelgonda Blades, the wife of Marquess Eliso of Panama, has been spending a few days in Cali. It has been a very nice experience meeting her. Maybe our people are not that different after all. Be friends with... Oh, this is the ruler of Panama now. What's-her-face finally died. No. This team is doing well. Very good. Did Grand Francisco kill them that fast? Maybe. Unsure. I didn't see it happen. He's got 18,000 troops on his own. He's also hired mercenaries, so he used them somewhere. Jihad for Venezuela. The revivalist Caliph Cerezo has decided to declare jihad on the depraved heathens in the kingdom of Venezuela. He urges all righteous revivalist Muslims to take part in the righteous struggle against Gran Cabecilla Gabriel II of Apure. For the glory of Islam, Allah is great. I cannot sway my wife because she's a rival of mine. I just realized I forgot to hit record on local recording, so I'm going to have to download the VOD. Good job, John. Idaho has been formed. Oh, and my wife Tito is pregnant once again. Very good. Idaho is formed. Lincoln continues to grow here. Carlos. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they beat back that Japanese invasion. What's the religion of the Japanese forces? Maybe I can look them up. Search all, not my religion. Would it be like Shinto? Trail walker. Lima. Set of Ankis, yeah. No Shinto. Oh yeah, you're right. Sotoko Yokozuka Kimihiro. It is Shinto. But he does not have enough troops to face him off against him. 8,000? Not enough. They're going to lose. Grand Francisco is too strong for them. King Francis the Great will be able to beat back that invasion. Yes, give me that gold. That delicious gold. Oh, yeah. I wanted to give up these territories because their money suck right now. Carlos. Damn it. Wolf Sage is unimportant. I forgot to marry Wolf Sage off. No, not yet, TJ. Wolf Sage. You're gonna marry the Marquess of Nicaragua. Have fun. How is Jim the Rebellious Crusader? Let's see. Jim. Jim is no longer alive. This is this guy. No. All right, Wolf Sage is now married. Very good. How's that British invasion going? They kind of got stuck. Lee Cross, your husband died. Oh, Havelock died of an infected wound. That's why they got stuck. Now Angus is in charge with 60,000 troops, but he can't really use them very well. So that might die out. How's that Russian invasion? Custer revolt. Seems my wife is feeling somewhat gloomy as of late. Buy her something nice. They're still invading. 71% in favor of the Russians. Sonoria was reformed. Yep. King Francis the Great managed to beat back the Japanese invasion. 100% in his favor. Japanese got wiped out. He was like, forget you. I think they're one and done now. I don't think they get another shot at an invasion. Mother-in-law died. Vilar 1983 says, having problems with wrong government stuff and feudal is a way to turn to a castle. Just don't go to war for their land, but I can't conquer the world. That's the troubles of government, Vilar. You gotta figure out how to maintain. Another son was born, named Rodrigo, who is strong. I think this one was Dizzy. Dizzy was the next one up. Stormy, you'll be next up for reincarnation. She does make good kids. She does make good kids. And now King Francis the Great has declared a Grand Franciscan Holy War for Mojave. They're continuing to expand there. Oh, my building's coming. Almost done. I am the ruler of the Patria Grande faith. I don't know what that gets me, but that's better than nothing. The Claudio can grant divorces. The Claudio can call for a liberation war. I can call for liberation war. So I go to Apure. Declare a war. It's just subjugation. Probably because it's the same religion, right? No, they're a different religion. Vilar 1983 says, don't get it, so forget about ruling the world and just rule the tribal and feudal parts. So Vilar, if you are feudal, your main goal is going to be to like have as many castles as possible in your territories. If you've got tribes in your territories, you've got to build up those tribal territories by like actually building them up in the building section until they're able to get stone hill forts. And then the stone hill forts then lead to castles being made. But you can't control cities directly, or shouldn't control cities directly or churches directly. You should have vassals for that. Check the religion screen. There's a cooldown. There's no liberation war called. Oh, no liberation war can be called in 2 years. Oh, because what's his face called a liberation war to try and get Bogota, and he failed. The Chicano populace in Buenaventura have embraced Valuno culture. Civilized peasants? Red Dawn. The Novorusski invaders, aided by saboteurs and collaborators among the defenders, have established an outpost on the Pacific coast. Fierce resistance from small groups of armed locals do not turn back the invaders, and the surviving population will be re-educated until they conform with the new order. The foreigners are wasting no time constructing a sturdy wall to demarcate their holdings. There they are. Gubernator Vladimir, following the Nosriskia religion, and he's colonial. He does have the flu, though, so he may die soon. His heir is a 1-year-old. Hey, all right. Go ahead and work on our Lancero Academy. Very good. Vilar asks, how do I rule as feudal over Muslims so they become my vassal, but I don't own it myself? You can't control every single territory yourself personally, Vilar. You're going to have vassals, people who are managing the territory on your behalf. The game doesn't allow for you to have, like, total control. You can still have the map, like, all your color, but other people are going to be doing the managing job. Northern Captaincy just grabbed a bunch of a little bit of territory instead of Apure. We're now getting about 5 gold a month right now. Trade post. Okay. Vassals are a bit of a pain. So are councils. Kind of a thing. Speaking of councils, we want to go to council. Good God. Yeah, they don't want to give up their power. Zero Academy's been built in Tulula. News from Brazil. The status quo in Brazil is over. Popular uprisings have broken out in Sao Paulo, and large groups of disgruntled peasants have taken up arms led by militant monks. Trade has been halved along the coffee current, and Brazil will not be able to defend its tributary states. Interesting. What's this? Range betrothal. My sister Miguela and Prince Francisco of Antioquia. Cool. This one hasn't died. Nope. This one's still going. So far, so good. Okay. Oh! I look away, I come back, and the Redcoat Dominion has total control over the former territories of the Rock. What happened here? Lehan Foy says, hi Jeremy, been playing your starter games for years and watching your starter videos all week while I play different factions. It's good to hear, Lay. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that I'm sure that you enjoy the game, but I hope that you enjoyed the videos too. New England lost to Old England. It's true. Wex87 said, well, they probably just surrendered to Old England, right? How did they convince Dwayne Johnson to join them? Lots of money. That's how you get The Rock to join you. You pay him lots of money, and he's like, I'm on board. The man played a Tooth Fairy for $20 million. He's on board. Okay. So our money is now regularly coming in. Lay binge watches all day. I love it. We were just talking about future games to play. Somebody, I forget who else that brought up Star Trek Online. Somebody else did. Father calls Akari, pulling my arm, pleading to play with him and his latest toy, completely oblivious to all the important work I'm in the middle of. Sometimes this kid can be really insufferable. All right, Akari, what is it? I do need to give away those Panama lands. I'll probably do it the next stream. Play with me, old man. I'm only 20 years old. I'm not that old. All right. Old man. Okay, boomer. All right, that was funny. Carlos. Come on. I gave away 2 titles for now. See what they do with that. The game won't let you game it that easy. You know what I'm trying to do, aren't you, don't you, Korgath? Oh! Rebellion! Zibaquadian Revolt. That is the beauty of playlists. Although, I think YouTube has actually just recently announced they're changing the way playlists work. So, because of course they are. They need to change everything. Obligate the vassal. Mateo's host. What do you want, Mateo? Let me rule the county of Quindío in your name. $260 gold. If he accepts, however, your remaining vassals will be displeased. Korgath says I can take him. Fine, let's do it. Let's get our armies up. Let's get ready, because he's coming. Biscuit Stewart says there's literally nothing wrong with how the playlists work currently. What can they possibly change? They're removing the data behind playlists. So sometimes you can like game the playlists by adding like titles and descriptions to the playlist itself for the algorithm to raise it up in the rankings. So they're getting rid of that, and they're also getting rid of the concept of official playlists. So where that video is specific to that playlist and that playlist alone, and that was also meant originally to game the algorithm and raise up a video's particular rankings or a playlist particular rankings. So it would also guarantee, if I remember correctly, it would also guarantee that the next video that would come up on the screen in the playlist would be the next video on that playlist. Even with a regular playlist, there is a potential of it not with the video being in a playlist, there's a potential of it not being the next video that you watch if you have autoplay on. So yeah, they're getting rid of that. because why not? All right, our army is together now. And we're just waiting for that, that raiding army to arrive. They're not scrapping playlists entirely, Akari. They're scrapping official playlists. All right. Louis. Oh, and there's a peasant revolt. Because reasons. As soon as I put somebody else in charge of that place. And of course, he's got a bigger army than I do. Right? Wouldn't that be the case? Would obviously be the case. Well, I mean, if that peasant wins, they become independent, I want to say. Marshall is going to be Jameson. No, Akari. The saved playlists are staying. Like, regular playlists and saved playlists are staying. What the official playlist was... Okay, so let's say, for example, my Star Trek videos. Because we were talking about Star Trek earlier. My Star Trek videos are in an official playlist. Which meant that I was designated that as a series. I wouldn't put them in any other playlist. I would only put them in that playlist. And in return, YouTube would say, okay, these are an official series. This is an official series. It makes sense if somebody was watching this series to watch the next video, the next video, and the next video. So it would force that to happen. But now they're getting rid of that. My assumption is the reason they're getting rid of that is because viewer tastes have changed over time, and official playlists aren't as important anymore, because viewers sometimes just kind of move on to other videos, and YouTube is thinking, well, if they're going to move on to other videos, I'd rather them move on to videos that I suggest for them, and by I mean YouTube suggests for them, versus using the official playlist to go to the next video in the series, but then they stop watching because they're tired and they're done. So that's kind of what they're doing. They have a video on it on, oh god, what's the channel called? It's called Creator Insider. It's a YouTube, it's a homegrown YouTube channel run by YouTube employees, and they announce certain things that happen before they happen to everyone else. So like in a recent video, they talked about how they were scrapping that, and they didn't really talk about it. They were just like, hey, this is happening, because that's how they do things. so that's that. Yes. Okay. So bringing the armies together now for this rebellion. I might not get there in time, actually. Jamie Ryan says YouTube is a pyramid made of sand duct tape together. Well, I mean, like, that's YouTube's problem, isn't it? News from Brazil: Emperor Ulysses de Branca, known for his isolationist policy, has died, and Pedro now sits upon the Ember Red throne. It is said that he especially appreciates voodoo religion, but despises wealth. Unlike his predecessor, the new emperor is known to favor the idea of an open Brazil. That's the problem with YouTube, because the algorithm is constantly changing. Right, like right now that's still the case. They've announced that it will be changing in the future. Have a good night, Lee Marker. Yep. they captured the castle. Damn it. I'm sure there is at this point, Akari, over on the, I think it's what, our YouTube? I haven't checked, but I'm sure there is. This place has slow fever. Oh, I'm in slow fever land. Gotcha, Lee. Okay. Thank you for correcting me. I appreciate it. No! Wife, stop! Why do you hate me so much? Charge them! And my wife was pregnant. She doesn't hate me that much. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to raise up the army locally. But looks like we're going to win. Nice. 100% positive war school. Offer peace and force my demands. I win. Very good. Okay. So with that, and that successful defeat of those silly peasants, we're going to go ahead and wrap up here. I would appreciate if I can get your feedback on that recent Discord post that I posted regarding those games. I might also consider Star Trek Online again. I'm not sure. It's been a while. My problem with Star Trek Online is that it's a very instanced environment. It doesn't feel like everyone is together. Like when you do an episode, when you do a mission in Star Trek Online, you're the only one doing that mission. You're the only one that's going to be seen doing that mission. So it feels more like a single player experience, which, you know, some people enjoy. It feels empty at times, even though people are playing it regularly. So I don't know. I guess I could say the same thing for Lotro, though, and Pirates of the Burning Sea, just based on population. Anyway, here's a link to our Discord here. If you have not yet joined the Discord, feel free to do so. And, of course, our other social media channels as well. Wex asks if there is a literal poll. There's not a poll, Wex. I'm just looking for opinions on what people would like to watch. Lee says, and the sad thing about STOs, they haven't updated it since Discovery. I thought they just updated it, Lee, with the new Klingon content. Or at least the first part of the Klingon content. I want to say they just released that earlier this month. How's that? So the British are over here now in the upper right. The Russians are on the upper left. The Japanese couldn't make landfall in Gran Francisco because Gran Francisco is too strong. Too strong with King Francis the Great here. All right. Let's go ahead and wrap up here, and I will talk to you all next stream. Take care, everyone.